have no idea what to draw, and I have ideas on what to draw, so let's talk business. You give me your time and watch me doodle things, and I'll tell you what to draw. Deal? Hello, my name's Jessica, and I'm an author-illustrator who had drawn a lot since dealing with moving to a different house in the past 3 months. More on that in a future video. You should totally subscribe. Despite packing everything I and my family owns into boxes, I have managed to stay creative and draw a ton of things. I actually have an ongoing list of things to draw that I just haven't gotten to yet. I feel a bit bad for those who have art block at this moment and just can't think of anything to draw. So, I'm going to give you some suggestions based on the drawings I've done. So without further ado, let's get into the first suggestion, which is draw your original character. Listen, if you don't like drawing your original character, why do you have them? I'm just joking. I'm fully aware that you can have an original character without knowing how to draw them. But if you got the skills, why not just draw them? It's fun. For me, I have a lot of simple characters that are silly and easy to draw. These guys are little mushroom characters that I've drawn before, just as a quick doodle. The one with the crown is named Bunky Skunk, as named by my mom. If you're having trouble figuring out a pose or what your character should do, don't. Just draw the character. Draw the head. Draw the face. Draw their outfit. They don't need to be doing anything for this quick sketch. They could just be standing, sitting, or even floating there. Do you need a challenge to get started? Set a timer for 10 minutes and see how much you can draw them. Don't like a timed challenge? Open up a canvas or sketchbook page or pull out a sheet of computer paper and draw them so many times that they fill up the entire page. Have fun with it, guys! Draw a comic. Okay, so you find it boring just to draw your OC standing there. Fair enough. How about putting them in a situation? Drawing a comic will take a ton of time, giving you even more time to get out of your art block funk. Think of a funny situation for your character to be in, or maybe an intense one that you're really excited for in their story. Even doing a small comic based around a TikTok sound counts. Here I am drawing my original character, Gareth, getting stopped by a religious missionary. Gareth has some PTSD concerning some of the religions in the world he's in, but he's too nice just to blow the little missionary off. Things like this give your character personality and might even help you draw your character in other situations or poses going forward. The comic you make doesn't have to be long, include words, or even have your character in it either. It just has to be something to get your pencil to paper, so to speak, and get your imagination flowing again. Draw fan art. Alright, you don't want to draw your OC at all. What do you draw then? How about someone else's OC? Here I am drawing some fan art for Harry Potter, specifically the first book. I actually made the design for a t-shirt for myself and a family friend. I wouldn't be able to sell the design at all, but it was fun to create for personal use. And you can do the same. Create a drawing for your favorite character from one of your beloved series or shows. Or you could even draw someone else's OC for them, kind of like ArtFight, where you draw people's characters and gift it to them, which, by the way, is next week's video. Subscribe and ring the bell to get notified from when that comes out. The great thing about being an artist is that you can create art for your favorite things and actually make them into physical things to have as well. That might be too much at first if you're just trying to get out of art block, but it's something to think about down the line. Sketches are the first steps to finished pieces of art, after all. And after drawing your favorite Blorbo character from a series you really like, it might help you get you started. Draw people from real life. If nothing from imagination is striking your fancy, how about you draw people from real life? You could go outside and draw people out in the wild, like how I drew this lady while I was in church on Sunday. Or if you don't get out that much, you can look up real people online to draw. Granted, Pinterest might be ridden with AI humans, but there are plenty of people that are real here on YouTube for you to draw. You don't even have to draw a human if you don't wish to. Drawing anything from real life is a good way to practice your art skills and level up your understanding of how the world around you works in forms and shapes. Plus, if it looks bad, you don't have to show anyone. Remember, this is all to get out of your art block. But who knows, you might come up with a concept you really like from drawing from life. Give it a try. Go to your window or search up some YouTuber that you admire and doodle a bit. Don't worry, I'll be here waiting for you to get back so that we can go over my last two suggestions. Draw yourself. Welcome back! Or if you stuck around because you don't like the other ideas, thanks for sticking around! If you're afraid to offend other people by drawing them, which is kind of a weird fear, but alright, it's valid, then how about drawing a self-portrait? This is a self-portrait I did a while back ago when I first got my iPad. You might have seen the drawing in one of my other videos, but it fits here, so I'm reusing it. It's not my favorite self-portrait, but I'll give myself grace because I was just playing around with my new drawing pad at that point. Drawing a self-portrait doesn't have to be perfect or even realistic. There's a reason people have animal, cartoon, robot, or any other thing as online personas. A self-portrait should be something that represents you. If that's a realistic portrayal of yourself, then awesome, go for it. If it's a cartoon version of yourself that you drew on note cards, that's okay too. The point is to have fun and be artistic with your portrayal however you deem fit. And you don't have to be tied to any one representation of yourself too. This is a PNG I used for videos a while back, and this was an even older depiction of how I wanted to portray myself online. It's okay if your self-portrait doesn't look like what your last one was. Take Pablo Picasso and his 30 self-portraits. This was his when he was 15 years old, and through the years, whoa, look at that art and visual representation of himself change. So if an artist as prolific as Picasso can change up his visual look, you can as well. Don't be afraid to mix it up. Draw the moment. If all that I've suggested to you has still not helped you in any regard, here is the last suggestion on what to draw to help combat your art block. Draw the moment. Go on, right now. Draw what is happening around you right this second. This is a sketch I did on a plane going to see my friend in Nevada. I don't like flying much at all, and I was stressed out. I wanted to draw to decompress, but the rumbling of the plane got me a little lost for ideas at that moment. So I decided to draw that moment. As the plane rumbled around me and I felt sick to my stomach, I came to a realization that I might have a fear of flying, and put that emotion into an artwork to help me calm down a bit. Afterwards, I drew this pretty picture while on the plane, so you can see that it helped a lot. Even if you're drawing how much you're hating drawing, or draw your anger that you can't seem to draw anything right now, that still classifies as drawing. You don't even have to think about what you're going to draw next because you've done it. You've drawn something at least. You can be done for the day if you want. I know from personal experience that those days when you have art block are not always the best days for drawing. I get it. But it can be better than nothing when you haven't drawn in a long while. I've seen pages of my sketchbooks filled up with angry faces and big letters drawn on top of those reading, "I can't draw." But in retrospect, while looking back at those sketchbooks, I did end up drawing more after those frustrating pages. So, draw the moment. Maybe inspiration will strike, maybe it won't. But you will still have drawn something, and that's pretty valuable. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you found any of these tips helpful, and leave a comment sharing some of your art block tips, or even just ideas for others with art block to go ahead and sketch. I'd love to see the comments of this video full of drawing suggestions. Next week, I'm going over my ArtFight experience last month in July, and I'll be showcasing a lot of cool characters made by others. So please subscribe and turn on notifications for when that comes out. If you want more videos from me, then you can click another one suggested to you as seen on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!